Coin flip.
Oh, hey. Hello, fans.
Hello, everybody.
Got it.
I just need to open this up on 20 more devices so I can get affiliate.
Yeah.
Unlike it.
Greetings from the Last Breath Tavern.
Oh yeah, I guess I can change the from whatever it is. I'm the worst Twitch person ever.
Change the what?
You can, I assume you can change the description of what it is while we're doing. Oh, it says Stewpot. Hey everyone, we're playing Stewpot. Great. Smash that subscribe button. I don't know.
Like that subscribe smash.
Yeah.
So violent.
Yeah. So what was I forget the last thing we did? Was it the brawl?
Oh yeah, I think we did.
Sounds familiar.
I don't know if it was the last, but it was definitely a thing we did.
Was
Folks.
a thing. Let's start off with a wear and tear.
Yeah.
I think we're due for one of those.
What page is that? Oh, that's page 30.
Yeah. Let's see.
Can I do a go to page
Wear and tear. There we go.
30.
You go to the page.
Go to the page. So here at the Last Breath Tavern, there's always something to fix or clean or pay off. After playing this game, you may increase one of your tavern ratings by 1. Anyone can play, and as a group, decide what parts or part of the tavern need fixing and touching up, and what the new features of the tavern are. We're going to take turns describing the work that you're doing on the tavern, the cavern. Also, choose one of the following props or come up with your own. Everyone should pick one.
Oh, okay.
And right now, our tavern has 2 for cuisine, 2 for atmosphere, and 1 for service. So, do we want to concentrate?
Min-max the cuisine as high as we can get it.
They don't like my gruff
The
service.
service is still terrible.
You will like the soup or I will punch you.
That's been so far how we get our reviews. Is that,
Yeah, that worked. That worked last time.
Is that our terrible chef has food served by two big burly dudes.
Yep.
I would lean towards beefing up service, but I'm open for suggestion.
I don't know what's wrong with their service. What are you trying to say?
I mean, I think Yorn's about the cuisine personally. Seems to be the way he's.
This is why we don't let Yorn be our chef, because Yorn is very expensive.
Oh no.
We got to get the food out there. We can't spend time making it perfect.
And we let Scarlett do it because she does it shittily and fast.
Magic.
We can't spend all our budget on sourcing the best ingredients.
Not yet. I'm cool with bumping up cuisine again. That would be fun.
Cool.
It's like service. No, it doesn't matter. Food matters. Food is good enough. People will eat it and like it.
Very true.
Yorn is still reeling from Christopher's latest review.
Oh no.
I don't know. He'd become a fan of me, hadn't he?
That's true.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
he
think
did.
so.
So reeling
like
in
you.
another way.
I think I'm going to go with I'm completely in my element and describe how with one of your experiences you work so efficiently that the work is done early. I'm going to use my town experience, I think, of parts unknown, I think. And I think I just spend most of the time organizing the kitchen. So we have all this like random bullshit that we got from everywhere, and just like sorting things, magically labeling things, maybe hook up like just out like eggs, and eggs fly into your hand with magic. Magic solves everything.
It's
Totally
terrifying. Don't go in the kitchen right now.
Knives. So that's my go, I think.
Okay, we are doing cuisine stuff?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm intrigued by like I think the team has asked Hjorvin to go to the sauna next door to learn how they are cooking their latest dishes. And so I know that my character has a skill of intimidation. And so I think he goes up to the fancy sauna place and um, I imagine him like putting on his best sort of growly, and we're gonna find out how you make these things, and you're gonna tell us. And the people at the sauna are not keeping this a trade secret or anything. They're like happy to. They're explaining all of these details, but Hjorvin never really twigs to it. Scrawling notes as best he can. And you better tell us your supplier for this. Oh yeah.
Just on the street, yeah.
He's great. Tell him I sent you. That's what I thought.
I have a shape-shifting ability, so I'm wondering if I could go as like a really fluffy kitty with Hjorvin. and I'm working on like trying to steal I was originally thinking I was going to steal some food, but I think I'm stealing the mice around there so that I can then interrogate them for where the food is sourced. So I'm just kind of bullying mice right now, I think, but they're also being super friendly and also giving up the rest. Like they're just like, oh yeah, we love being here.
I love cheese. I wish there was more cheese in it.
I wish there was more cheese. And so now I'm stuck in conversations with mice that are really tedious.
And for some reason tomorrow we have a huge order of cheese coming.
That's all I can figure out is that they really like manchego. This one manchego. And occasionally hopping onto Hjorvin's lap and being a big fluffy kitty that he can pet.
Yeah, just absently.
Lauren is going to ask Tierlock for help by describe how our experiences combine to a greater effect. See, you're gonna be like, so food here pretty good. People say service not good. You're used to brute force strengthening things, but you, Tierlock, you shapeshifter, you know how to run with kitties, run with mices, run with the mooses, run with the birds. You adapt to so many different peoples. Perhaps you are shapeshifteriness. You give me tips. How do I adapt to give better service and not just want to punch people who don't agree?
So what we're gonna do, Tierlock is explaining this in Tierlock's usual, but we're setting up role plays so that Jorn has to be a customer at our place. So while Scarlet is trying new foods and Tierlock is then pretending to act like Jorn and showing how that feels. And then being like, okay, we'll try again. What happened? And then Jorn has different I've given him fake whatever the reviewer Christopher usually writes in like scrolls and like hammers them to the side of our building. We haven't quite figured out that we could just take them down. I've given him fake versions of that so that
I think there's some
reviews
magic
of the
involved.
different. Yes, I'm shape shifting into either Christopher the yeah. So I'll shapeshift into different versions of people and serve Jorn different ways so that Jorn can see what it's like to have like slower and nice service, and then I'll shapeshift more to Jorn and to be like, here food.
Jorn have much to think about.
Mm.
I figure the reviews are like what Scarlet did, where she magically etched things on the wall. Like the reviews get magically etched onto our outer walls, so we can't remove them.
Yeah, Can't
It
screw them
only
off.
fade very slowly.
Awesome. Let's bump up cuisine to 3. Plenty of room to move around, brand new cookware, and a well-stocked spice cabinet. Awesome.
We're
Spices
emperors.
now.
Nice.
And I think that takes it back to Peter's choice of game.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I definitely want the distinguished guest.
Mhm.
And all I've got stuck in my head is that a dragon is coming to town that is somehow beloved of the community.
Sounds good.
It's the one that defended the town in some notable skirmish or something. So it migrates through and always gets a hero's welcome.
Nice. Want to read the description and setup?
Oh, sure. Someone important is in town and they're already almost here. The tavern has to be at its best for this guest. After all, they might leave a generous tip. As a group, figure out a few details. Sorry, I sort of God-moded the dragon and stuff. Where did they come from? How important are they? Have you heard of them before? One player will play the guest. Other players are challengers, at least one for each challenge. Each challenge tests one of your tavern ratings. Oh boy.
Oh, nice.
Oopsie.
I'm happy to play the dragon if nobody else wants to.
If you got a hit on it, yeah.
Does the dragon have a name?
Oh, I don't
Is
know.
it a different dragon than the Scourge of Bahrain, or are they related?
It is, yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Bahrain.
Although, let's see, would it be more interesting if it were the same one that had turned around and saved?
Like his son or something.
Oh, yeah.
I am son of the Scourge of Bahrain.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
Okay, this one is called the Cleric of Bahrain.
Nice.
Yeah. Probably related, but
Yeah. There's a lot of dragons about Bahrain. It's just like
yeah.
they don't all know each other.
Probably do.
Yeah, go for
Okay.
it.
Oh, I was gonna say cuisine challenge. Challengers, describe your preparations for this special meal. You'll probably need several courses and something that highlights local products. In order to pass the challenge, you'll need to flip a coin. You get a number of attempts equal to your cuisine rating. If any challenger has an experience that they used in the scene, you get 1 extra attempt.
Cool.
I guess if I use one of my experiences, that burns it and turns it into a town experience, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I'd like to use my moving the immovable to say that Hjorvin is bringing just an enormous quantity of meats, like dragging this huge cart in. And he's got some giant sack of vegetables that he's also carrying, just bringing them all into the place.
Then... it's I'm trying to the dragon is probably, I'm trying to decide if it's like big but small enough to stick its head inside, or if it's one of the
his chin is on a table.
Yeah, or if it's like a shape-shifty dragon that can turn into an old man or whatever. I like the dragon's chin on the table. That's
the idea.
I
We
like
just
the
left
idea
that
that
with itself.
we had to remove a full pane of windows from the front of the tavern.
And it's still pretty awkward, the whole thing of just
we don't really fit in there anymore. Now we
it's just giant dragon head.
It's amazing that he shares us, really.
I heard good things. This Christopher guy speaks highly of you.
I'll check out the sauna afterwards.
my tail's in the sauna. I'm getting.
Oh God!
I'm getting a pedicure at the same time. It's fine.
Cool. So I guess that was my challenger thing. I guess yeah, all three of us describe preparations that we're making.
Yeah, so you're bringing
Oh,
in meat.
sorry. I didn't know if we were. Since we're doing this large scale, I can bend nature to my will. So I'm wondering if maybe I'm helping convince large quantities of fungi to sprout up nearby so that we can have some mushrooms with this large amounts of meat and maybe
It's like a
bringing it.
Totoro sort of thing.
Yeah, because I was out gathering mushrooms that morning and then saw the dragon head on the table and was like,
Oh no
Oh.
no.
so that's what I'm working on. So there's just like way too many mushrooms outside, but we're gonna get them for the dragon so they can be at the bed that the meats can be cooked on.
Nice.
Well, Yorn is very familiar with the fact that dragons like food that can sharpen their teeth while they eat it. And so he has brought in a whole lot of black mountain coral that grinds into a fine powder, encrusts all over the outer of the dish, and it has a Scarlet use their superheated fireballs, which blackens the black mountain coral into an extremely hard substance that only a dragon could actually bite through.
Nice.
And as they do and they chew it up, it acts to clean and sharpen the teeth.
Love it.
It's like that chocolate sauce that hardens on top of ice cream.
Yeah. Magic shell.
Magic shell. Oh god, what was in that?
I think I learned that it was coconut oil.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
That's a right.
Which makes sense because
it totally makes sense.
just turns solid when it gets cold.
Oh, cool.
Sorry for ruining magic.
No, that's.
It's actually gallium in there. That's.
We don't want to know.
Just a bit of mercury.
Oh yeah, according to Wikipedia, yeah, coconut oil and sunflower oil.
Nice.
Just
Peter, do you want to do the coin flips for these? This one?
Oh yeah, sure. Let me see. I can go to Google and I'll be flipping 4 coins, I guess.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think because both of you used an experience, right? If any challenger, yeah, 4, yeah, because we're only gonna get 1 extra coin. Should be enough.
Oh wait, okay, wait. Coin flipper at random.org. Flip 4 virtual coins of type what? No, I just want a normal.
Just be
okay,
normal.
I'll flip 4 pennies.
Demon coins.
Okay, it looks like 2 tails and 2 heads.
That'll do it. Cool. So the dragon, I think he was expecting to have to toast his food with his breath
himself.
But, seeing Scarlet come out and do the creme brulee thing for me, he was like, that's a nice touch. And then just cracks into it, and then it's like, oh yeah, my teeth have never been cleaner. This is amazing. I like that part. It's good.
Let's see. I'll go back to the rules. I think there is another. Yeah, we just do a challenge for each of these, right? And does that burn my? Well, I guess we decide after.
Yeah.
All of this is done. Atmosphere challenge. Describe what you do to make the tavern look and feel welcoming. Are there special decorations? Do you hire local musicians? And yeah, it's the same mechanic except we only have a 1 for atmosphere.
We have 2 for atmosphere and 1 for service, maybe?
1 for service. Oh, you're right. Yeah, so we have a 2 for atmosphere. Yeah, I don't know. I know we're removing that window.
That's a good start.
I think Yorn has in anticipation, knowing this guest has been coming, in his off time has been fashioning a full body scale of plate that looks like, that's not dragon scales, but looks like dragon scales.
Mm.
So that's what he's like cooking and serving in honor of the great dragon, covered head to toe in dragon scale armor.
So we're doing atmosphere
Yeah.
Yeah.
upgrades. Let's see. Oh, for music, I just invited a bunch of birds that are kind of hanging out in the rafters and also kind of landing on parts of the dragon, or just like
Nice.
singing their hearts out.
Yeah, and I think Jorvin is doing what he can to make the interior of the tavern look like dark and cave-like. Let's see. He's found some way to get the sound of dripping water in there and like boarded up the windows as best as he can. Yeah.
Cool. So we're flipping 2 coins. Is that right?
Did somebody use
I did not.
I guess mine might be nature speak, but I'm fine with that. I didn't really intend it
Okay.
either way.
I'll flip 2 coins and see what happens.
Flip it.
Heads and a tails.
All right.
Sounds
That'll do it.
enough.
I think when Yorn comes out in the dragon scale, he's taken aback for a second because he's like, "How dare you serve me in the skin of my people?" But then when you come closer and it's clear that it's like forged to look like dragon scale, it's like, "Oh, you know what? You remind me of one of my nephews." I mean, you're a little bit smaller, but there's a striking resemblance. Have you ever been to Bothrain? This is
Not
striking resemblance.
I love
One
the
day.
one time, like the one time he was in Batre and everybody was giving him this. Like, I know you from somewhere.
Like, you should come. I'll cook a meal for you one day. You come and
I
visit.
wonder why everyone kept calling me Aracha. I'd be
I'll
confused with someone else.
I'll introduce you to one of my nieces. Cool. That's service challenge.
Service
Oh
challenge.
boy.
Oh,
Oh
It
boy.
all comes down to this. Describe how you organize the NPCs so that everything goes smoothly. Who is in charge of what? And same mechanic as before. Geez, let's see. I think we are low on personnel, so so Hjorvin reaches out to Gru, the unlucky adventurer, who's passing through.
oh,
And-
Gru.
It's just like, Gru, you have experience with dragons. I mean, I think you can probably handle serving a few dishes. We just need somebody who knows a few words of dragon speak, enough to say hello and thank them for coming.
Just Skyrim's just like Skyrim's shouting. Shouts, Gru, don't shout so much.
Go strong.
I don't know where people get that idea.
Any other NPCs who want to engage?
Trying to figure out if. Let's see.
Who do we have? We have Christopher. We have Magnus. Who is Magnus?
Oh yeah, Magnus is my old
Well,
wizard buddy. Maybe
Oh.
Buddy.
maybe he's friends with the cleric, and they're like, he like comes and they entertains him with some stories of his wizarding. I can compare compare wizard notes.
Where are you finding these people? Is there a list?
They're listed in the memories on the character keeper.
Oh, okay. Got you.
Is anyone using a experience?
All I have left in my experiences is brute strength, move the unmovable, and I'm like, I
Yeah, probably not.
don't know if there's a real good application of that in this instance.
And I guess I've used my brute strength and intimidation so far today, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or I've used them on this. No, wait, I
On
used
this-
intimidation on the getting the cuisine stuff.
Right.
So I'll.
Oh yeah, I used one.
I will say that my patron is the wealthy benefactor who runs the sauna.
Oh, nice.
And then I guess I'll sort out brute strength after this encounter is done.
Cool. So I guess it's just one coin flip.
Yeah, we can't use town experiences for this, can we?
I think you can. Let me see. It says...
Because my ritual may be helpful.
Yeah, you can use
No,
an
it, like
experience.
I probably like I might know about dragon customs.
That stands to reason.
Oh yeah, traditions and customs would totally work.
In that case, like all my town experiences could work.
Oh yeah. Say the right
Oh, yeah.
thing.
Cool. Let's call it two coins to flip then.
All right. Where's my coin flipper? All right. I'll flip again. Tails and a head.
Oh, all right. Gru did a good job. I think Gru actually, when he heard that he was going to be involved in this, took this as an opportunity to like get dragon lingo and just like brush up on some basic phrases.
It's
Just a
this
real-
little green,
Big
annoying.
green dragon.
Judgy dragon owl.
Notice you haven't done your vocabulary today.
Flames.
Yeah, and since Gru has brushed up on some conversational dragon, they actually have like a full conversation, which dragon is not used to having with people. And
Just shouting at him.
yeah, like, what? Stop shouting! Can't. It's just windy. You didn't do that.
Saying it louder doesn't make me understand it.
I did better.
And he actually has like he stays a little bit late because he's like so engrossed in conversation with Gru.
Aww.
Like that, yeah.
Aw.
Gru gets a win.
Cool. How does it end up?
Ooh, we get a lavish gift because we definitely succeeded at 2 more
Oh
challenges.
yeah.
Yeah, we got 3
A
for
lavish
dragon
gift. If you pass
egg.
2 or more challenges, you succeed in impressing your guests. The guest describes a lavish gift they present to the tavern before they leave, and this helps you instantly upgrade a tavern rating.
I really like the dragon egg idea.
Zuka!
I think maybe the cleric was like,
Can we eat
I
it?
was keeping this to present as a gift for someone later on in time. Like, you all have like just gone above and beyond, making me feel welcome here, learning my language, understanding what I want to eat, and so here I'm going to give this to you. It's like a head-sized. It looks like a stone with green scales, I guess.
Nice.
And it like feels like a stone too. It's like, don't worry, it won't hatch for a while, so just keep it someplace cool.
Okay. We're gonna have a baby dragon at this tavern, aren't we?
And eventually, when night falls, pulls his head out and flaps away.
Into the night. So I will lose my brute strength, move the immovable. Yeah, and I will say I pick up artisan, building beautiful things, creating
Nice.
beautiful things.
Yeah, I picked up safe haven, knowing how to make a space feel welcoming because of that.
Aww.
Nice.
Mushroom dance.
And we can instantly upgrade one of our tavern ratings.
Food.
Gotta be cuisine, right?
I mean, we can.
Yeah.
Max it out. Can you
This
max
is
it?
what
Is there a max?
min-maxing is, right?
That is.
Is there a maximum to skills, or can they?
4.
Like,
Yeah,
go
they
for
go
it?
1 to 4.
Well, he did. I'm wondering just like for rationale, because we did have to kind of bust
Oh,
one of
yeah.
the sides out. I'm wondering if that gives us the impetus to upgrade
The atmosphere.
our windows to actually have. Maybe we didn't have windows
Ooh.
before.
Yeah.
Oh,
Now we
yeah,
have,
yeah.
now we have a nice window.
I'm for that. Yeah.
A
Cool.
bay window. People can sit there and eat.
We did have clean windows because we didn't have any, and now we have
Abundant
abundant light.
There we
Yeah,
go.
because we
Fantastic.
busted one of the walls.
I'll use my new artisan skills to chisel like a little dragon head into the top of the window.
Nice.
These were a gift.
Um,
Oh, abundant light is one of our atmosphere things.
and after a game ends, check to see if anyone wants to take a break. I'm good.
I'm good for now.
Till
Okay.
next week. No.
All
One game a week. That's his one challenge a week. That's my limit.
So I guess that's the tier lock.
right. Let's see. What have we not done? We just did so much.
There should be a whole list of them on. Yeah, if you scroll down on the
Yeah. Thank you for the table of contents.
Yeah.
We've
Teamwork.
already done a festival day. We've already done.
Have we done the Bard's Tale?
I was looking at that one. Yeah, let's do a Bard's Tale.
Yeah.
Bard's Tale.
That was a video game, right?
It was a series of video games. Yep.
Okay. Just
It's really
making
good.
Sure I'm not crazy.
Yeah.
During your
Bard's Tale
time as an
2 in
adventurer,
1988.
you have accomplished many daring deeds. In fact, some of those deeds are retold this day by traveling bards. Oh no! It's gonna come back to haunt me.
Yes.
One player will be the bard, another will be the adventurer. The adventurer will be a player character or a named NPC. The bard may be a player character and an NPC to start answering these questions first.
Ooh.
Is this going to be Yorn doing some poetry, or do we want to have an NPC do it?
Ooh. Bard's Tale, page 56.
I think it'd be fun to bring in, or I don't know.
Like there's just like this
Yeah.
pop star bard.
The local, yeah.
It's like this, like-
equivalent.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lord Justin of the Timberlakes.
Yeah, I'm for that. Bring in some hot shot.
Yeah. So we try to be off the radar, but he's found us.
Does anyone want to play the bard?
I would love to see Hjorven be the one that's being interviewed.
Oh,
It doesn't
no.
have to be that.
No, that's comedy gold.
Just because we always try to keep Hjorven protected from having to relive trauma all the time, although he loves to follow it. And we were like, no interviews for no.
No, please. He's just a quiet tavern keeper now.
All right, I
He's-
guess I'll just make up whatever I want then.
He's been healing. No, don't make up shit. That'll even worse. That'll even worse than telling the truth. We making up stuff. Oh.
Does anyone want to play the bard? Or if not, I'm happy to. So I just played a dragon, so.
The dragon is the bard.
I'm trying to get a handle on this game here, reading this challenge. So okay.
I'm fine with you being the bard if you want to, Mark. My brain has not got very many ideas.
Sure, yeah. I'll go for it. Lord Timberlake. From the forest by the lake.
I think he identifies himself as such in the third person. As he sweeps into the tavern.
Yeah, I guess he like crashes in the tavern and he's singing a song. And it is about are we doing Jorvin?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. I approve of this.
Yeah. So what detail of the story makes you realize that it's about you?
Oh god, wasn't there some like hadn't Hjorvin alluded to some like Seven Samurai sort of adventure
Oh,
he'd
yeah.
had where they defended a city and he was one of the only ones who he might have been the only one who made it out.
Mhm.
But the city still stood. So yeah, I think that's probably the detail that kept it's
Oh
like
yeah, the mountain, the dwarves. Are,
Yeah.
the
The
mountain
the
the
dwarf.
dwarves,
mountain
yeah.
dwarves. Yeah.
At the Dwarven Hold
The
of
meal.
Springhaven. Yeah.
Springhaven.
And yeah, the story is like describing how like all the other heroes fell one after the other until the brave Sir Braxton was the last surviving, up to his knees and elbows in
Oh
gore.
god. Oh, and then Hjorvin knows that it wasn't Braxton who survived, but himself.
Oh, that's you, isn't it? Your
Oh,
Braxton?
okay. I was just. Oh, Braxton. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, I got it. I was amused at the notion of the bard changing the story to some other thing. But
Someone else might try.
That
feel
Braxton was a coward.
I feel like that's when, like, Yorn would interrupt and be like, "You said what? What did you say? He was up to his elbows in blood and gore."
Oh yeah,
Is that-
entrails and hair and little
No,
scales.
that's not right. You do him a disservice. He was up to his eyeballs in blood and gore. He could not breathe. He had to
It's-
hold his breath for 5 minutes until he could get wade out of the blood and gore.
I
It's
think
much harder to rhyme eyeball, unfortunately. So.
I want to say that Jorvin has heard none of this until walking in and seeing this argument, and then you just see him kind of back into a hedge, basically.
You just see us be like, "Go here." We're trying to head off Justin of the Timberlake so that Jorvin doesn't have to meet him, but so that we can send him on his way with a correct tale.
Oh,
Give him the
no.
credit for the gore level he achieved.
I think
Jorvin is
learned-
pretending he came in here to get a broom and is going out to to pointlessly sweep the front porch of the tavern.
So clean.
and I think
Sorry, so
I
clean.
learned this tale. Like I heard different accounts from townspeople and just kind of like put like the elephant together from everyone who was doing it.
On his dwarf tour.
Yep. You're also from Springhaven. Well, tell me about Jorvin Braxton. I'm working on a little tune about him.
Oh no.
So then we take turns telling the tale and interrupting. Let me see.
Oh, I should look at the rest of this.
Yeah, that's right. I pulled my interruption from the first one there.
Oh, okay.
Oh, sweet. Awesome.
Oh, I didn't. I always
Well
forget there's
done.
like ways to play these games, and we're not just.
Good
around.
Yeah.
Let's see. And I think he, and I think
no.
in the song, like it starts out with like, you know, there are many heroes of old, but none so great as Jorvin Braxton, the defender of Springhaven. And it's like centuries ago when dwarves called Springhaven. Like this is a epic ancient warrior.
When the world was born.
Yeah.
When the earth forge blew the sun into the sky.
Jorvin, by Braxton was stoking that forward. Yeah, so he places it like centuries ago, when that is unlikely.
Wow, I didn't know Braxton was that old.
Yeah, we're all just like, yeah, okay.
Makes sense. All right.
You look
That holds
good.
up.
What interruptions do we have?
My interruption.
Yeah. I will say that Hjorvin wants to leave but has to hear this out. And honestly, his least favorite part of the tale is the early stanzas that talk about how beautiful Springhaven is and how happy everyone is there. Like every named character that's mentioned, he just kind of winces.
Yeah, I think that leads into the what part of the story is a guaranteed tearjerker, and
no.
I think it's not the heroes that fell, but the villagers that were conscripted into helping, who were like bakers and farmers and whatnot, who
The
were slain by
exposition sets them
bandits.
all up.
Yeah,
Really
like,
beautifully.
they're all gonna get saved except for this one who gets killed by an arrow, and this one gets his throat slit by a bandit. And this one wore his armor wrong and fell in some mud and suffocated.
The song goes ahead and like shows you the like post credits, like
yeah.
This is what happened to them,
and this is what's gonna happen.
Yeah,
His own eyeballs.
that's the sad part. That's the sad part.
Oh. Let's see.
Tierlock.
okay.
Go ahead.
No, if you got something.
I was just gonna say that Tierlock, when Tierlock likes to pretend like the song ends there, and is like, that's the and is trying to like then sing the last chorus to skip us to the end. And we all die one day. And we all die one day. And we all die one day. The end.
But there's more.
Oh no.
Oh. So that was Tierlock's least favorite part. The other parts are Tierlock's least favorite parts. It was trying to skip through them.
just like the chorus.
Oh.
I just like the part where we set up that these people are living.
I think he adds a dramatic flourish, like the epic description of Hjorvin, standing atop the wall as the enemies just like splashing against him, and like they're not even trying to get into the village anymore. They're just trying to attack Hjorvin by the hundreds, and like breaking on him like waves.
And I think this is where Hjorvin interrupts to, like, it's the forcibly take over because you would hate to hear it told wrong.
Yeah.
And he's detailing how, like, Krachet the magician did some of the greatest and most powerful spell work that had ever been done with earth moving, and described like the vortex that formed under the bandits that were trying to attack, and how how the archer, Mamrik, I don't know, was flighting arrows just like breathing, and he swears at some point, and this might be tall tale even taller, that he saw 20 arrows alight at the same time, all homing in on their targets like a sort of flashbulb memory, and that the sort of tank of the party, he can still hear the like bells, his plate mail, or let's say her plate mail, ringing out as she just waded forward into the fray and didn't even notice the swords coming down on her.
Awesome. In the tale has come to a conclusion. Answer these questions. Bard, what is the epilogue of the tale? I think the epilogue is, whether it's true or not, the villagers were happy to be saved, but horrified by the way that they had to be saved, and just kind of like told Jorvin to go on his way and not really hang out with them anymore because
Oh yeah, yeah.
murdered so much. I guess the moral is, even though you might do good and heroic deeds, those who do them for may not always appreciate them.
And I think the thing that happens after is that Hjorvin regularly goes back to Springhaven, just possibly in secret to most of the population, but just to sort of check up on things, make sure that the spells that were left in place are still working. And okay, all right, you're good for another year. And I think he's all in all happy with how the story is told, though, that it captured, like, it was wrong in a lot of details, but it captured the basic feeling of, like, I saved these people, but we can't really be friends.
Mm-hmm.
So many composite characters.
Yeah.
Sweet. I think that's that game.
Cool, that was fun.
Do we want to take a break after this game, or do we want to do the next one?
I'm good with continuing, I think.
Yeah, I
Good.
can do one more.
Hey, Jorn, you're up.
Let me look at games. Let's see. Have we done? We haven't done Glass of the Gods, have we?
We have
I
not.
don't think so.
Good Glass of the Gods.
We for the gods.
Adventurers like a stiff drink, and most of the time they're just looking for a good ale or cheap wine. However, sometimes a troubled adventurer will come in looking for answers, and letting them drink themselves into oblivion is the wrong answer. It's your responsibility to mix the perfect drink, something perfect for the situation that can push the adventurer to look inside and find the answer on their own.
This is like all perfect for Jorn.
So one player will be the adventurer and another player will be the bartender. The adventurer can be a player character, a regular patron, or a new face.
Oh god.
Should be a player character or an NPC created for a cuisine rating of 3 or 4.
We do have Crom the Glorious and Gru and Christopher and Magnus and Rothfear.
So, who's going to play the adventurer?
I think I could play Gru if people were.
Yeah, that's awesome.
up for
Yeah,
that.
do it.
All right, well then you, Gru, you have a trouble. Come up with something on your own or use the examples below. Modify them as necessary.
Oh, okay.
We'll teach.
Is Gru's trouble.
Yeah, let's see. Yeah, I think, Gru's utter incompetence at adventuring, coupled with his insistence on adventuring. I think, honestly, I bet his trouble is your party never seems to find enough treasure. Because I don't think Gru's at a point of like introspection of whether to be an adventurer anymore.
Mm.
He's the sort of guy who's just like, no, if I just had 20% more rubies out of that lair, my life would make sense then. So yeah, they went on an adventure deep into the mountain range north of here, or into the mountains north of here, into one of the most dangerous dungeons talked about in the taverns, and they only got a smattering of treasure, and now he has like a sword that is maybe 5% better than the sword he went in with. And it was incredibly dangerous, and it's just like, but he frames this as like, where can I go to get good money at this? I mean, I know I'm not a great adventurer, but I should be able to get like paid what I'm owed for what I'm doing.
Okay, well, the bartender. Are we going with Yorn as the bartender? Was that what I was saying?
Yeah, why not?
That does sound delightful.
Describe the current atmosphere of the tavern and one detail about the adventurer that draws your attention. I feel like it's a fairly quiet night at the tavern. After the hubbub of the dragon visitor, I think it's kind of settled back down, and one of the lesser nights. It's a colder night, so not a lot of adventurers been coming through the pass. And Gru comes in, and we're used to seeing Gru, but I don't know. Your notices that like he's kind of constantly like checking out his money bag and looking in there, and like and the initial drink he ordered was not what he usually ordered. He ordered like the cheapest thing off the menu.
Oh no.
And we're like, well, that's weird. That's not usually what Gru drinks. And he seems troubled, and he's looking at his purse, and I think something's up with Gru. He's not acting his normal self. So in mixing the glass, which is the next part, the bartender asks questions, the adventurer answers. Come up with questions on your own or use the examples. Ask as many as necessary. I'm just looking ahead to see what else there is. There's presenting and drinking a glass, example ingredients, example cocktails. There's a lot of things. All right, so I think Yorn would approach Gru and be like, Gru, so good to have a familiar face back in the tavern, Gru. How was your last adventure, sir?
Oh, it's, I suppose, the usual sort of thing, hacking and slashing like I always do. It's an endless supply of monsters to be had there. Deep, deep into the mountains we went, unto the lair of the Minbit. You've heard of it, yeah.
Oh, I have. They taste very good when seasoned just perfectly.
It was dangerous work, but we put an end to it at the end after staggering bravery, and then there was one fireball spell right at the end that burned the body of the Minbit to a crisp, so we couldn't sell it. So all we got were the bits from the last adventuring party. They had left some of their supplies when they had TPK'd there, and so I came out with that at least, I suppose. But like a broken shield isn't gold, and you can make a trade for it, but nobody really. There's such a glut of metal right now that nobody really wants. It was fine. It was fine.
I can tell you seem troubled, Gru, but let me ask you this. There are many reasons people become adventurous, wealth being one of them. But let me ask you to look deep inside yourself and tell Yorn, why did you become an adventurer? Was it to become wealthy? Was that your reason for becoming an adventurer?
And I don't think Gru has asked himself this, or indeed many questions. So it sort of takes him aback. Right. And I think, he finally thinks about it and says, "Oh, on the one hand, it was a way of seeing the world. On the other, it was a way of getting out of Dronmar, that town."
Oh, boy, do we.
So I was thinking I would either get killed by an angry, drunk, miller, or I could get killed seeing the world. So, yeah, I suppose those were the carrot and the stick. I was afraid of dying in that town. Yeah.
Well, then I have two very important questions for you right now. One, how strong do you like your drinks? And two, what's your favorite fruit?
Okay. The strength of the drink varies. I think just strong enough to take the edge off the aches and pains right now. But I don't need to be very drunk right now in this mood, I don't think. Yeah, he has enough self-awareness, I think,
Very
to
nice.
think that. Favorite fruit? I don't think I hardly ever eat fruit. He's like searching his memory. Like, no, mostly just roots and gruel and fruits always struck. You know the fruit I always dreamed of?
What is that, Gru?
Ah, grapes. Not wine, but fresh grapes. I always hear about them in the stories being served to well, the sort of emperors whose lofty old castles are the kind of things I storm. I've seen them in tapestries, being fed to people, and I've thought, that could have been how my life turned out if I were born the right level and had taken a different life for myself.
You are in luck, because Yorn knows the perfect drink for Gru on this evening to match Gru's spirits and Gru's soul and Gru's brain overthinking things. Need to calm it down with alcohol. So now we'll move on to presenting and drinking the glass. Once there are no more questions to ask, the bartender mixes the drink. Use the adventurer's answers to create something for their trouble. Is there a story to this drink? Where is it from? Who was it first made for? And on the adventurer side, what side to the trouble does this drink help you see? What part of it helps you forget, or at least move on? Okay, and then there's example ingredients, cocktails. Just browsing. Okay. Yeah, no, Yorn knows what's going on here. It's like
vodka and beef broth.
Woohoo! Add some rhubarb to that, and you got a stew going.
He definitely gets the fresh grapes. We have some fresh grapes, of course. That's an easy request. What a perfect answer for that. Glad you didn't ask for something more difficult there. And I feel like it's a mead-based drink. Yeah, it's a mead-based drink. It's gonna be sweet. It's going to have, but with it's got a little bit of everything. So you got to counteract the grapes. It's counterintuitive, but olives actually go really well in the mead too with the grapes. And then, but now you got the sweet and you got the salty. You kind of need something. Everything needs to blend together. So from the sour, you just like tiniest dollop of yogurt, which gives it a nice creamy texture to the mead as well. When mixed in there, not so much flavor. It's more about texture with the yogurt. Just a sprinkling of wormwood, kind of like a cinnamon on top of like a winter drink. And then just like one little jigger of fermented sauce. That's where you get the alcohol, which is it's potent, but it's not super potent. So this is not a super strong drink. It's more about the taste and the texture, but it definitely takes the edge off. And this is actually this drink has never been made before right now because Yorn is like, he's feeling it. So he's like concocting specifically. So this is going to be, in fact, from now on, this is going to be on the menu as the Gru. That this drink is going to be called. So that's Yorn's side of it. So yeah, I think Yorn mixes all up, and it comes with he looks around. He has there was like a trying to figure out what it would be. There's like, I know what it would be. He had from when the Bard was visiting, the Bard actually accidentally dropped when he left behind a recorder. And Yorn's like, oh, perfect. So he gets the recorder, he pulls the mouthpiece and the tailpiece off, and now it's like a really big straw like that big around.
Oh, no. Yeah.
That you could suck grapes and olives up through, like boba.
Like boba tea.
Yeah. So he shoves that in the drink, brings over, and is like, Gru, You come here often. You're a valued member. And we look forward here to hearing about Gru's future adventures on your visits here. So tonight, due to your loyalty and being one of the Last Breath family, I present to you the Last Breath's newest drink, the Gru. Now, it's very important when you drink it that you cover up the little holes on the straw. Otherwise, the liquid just will come flying out those holes. So you got to cover up the holes, and then and beware. There's grapes and olives in there that you'll suck up through the
Oh, yeah.
straw. So, everybody, a hand for Gru,
Yeah.
Aww.
the great adventurer.
And yeah, and I think the side that Gru sees is that he has a home and a community. And the drink is like helps like ease the pain a little, but also it's just generally very smooth and mellow from the combination of things. And yeah, I think it. Yeah, it's he's moving on from a sense that he has to be the best adventurer, I think, at this point. And it's like, oh, okay, I've got a home base here. They named a drink after me. I'll go out. I'll probably not get the most gold. That'll be fine. But I'm still doing a valuable service of clearing out all of these valuables from all of these caves. Because otherwise, that's how you get dragons, and not the nice ones.
And pest eradication.
Yeah. And so, yeah, he's just kind of breathing easy, and you can see him kind of on Notch's shoulders as he drinks down the rest of the drink.
On Lord Timberlake's next visit, he'll likely be singing about you, Gru.
Oh, dear.
Gift and a curse.
It'll be the most overblown story.
I realized that I used my fireball in the processing of the dragon's meal and didn't knock it off. So I'm going to take Grill Master from that retroactively.
Cool.
That's cool.
That does make sense.
Cool. That's our third game. So according to the rules, it's time to take a little break.
Okay.
Do wear and tear
Yeah.
again. Let's take 5.
Cool.
I say.
Dig
Yeah.
it.
Thank you,
Go put
5.
I need to go put the chickens to bed.
Oh yeah, chicken time.
Stop. Chicken time.
Chicken time.
So when you're looking at the screen there, when you had your picture up,
Mhm.
is my picture smaller than your picture, or is your picture
Yes.
small? I can't figure out why that is.
Yeah, me neither. I don't know how any of these profile things work.
I uploaded the same picture in like 1400 pixels, and it didn't seem to change the size at all. I'm like, why is my picture
Oh, I need to
smaller
put a
than
picture
everybody
in
else's
mine.
picture?
Yeah, no, my.
So that's why I
I don't
asked,
know
because
why
I
it
didn't
says
know if
that.
it like maybe showed you your own picture smaller than everybody else's.
Mm-mm.
I cannot fucking figure it out, and it's driving me batty.
Where do you set your picture?
In the video settings, like you can click down next to start video, there's an arrow, and you can click video settings,
Okay.
and then there's a profile in the settings, and then up top above your name there should be like a picture you can click on.
Yeah.
Why? I cannot figure out why my picture will
Advanced?
get bigger.
No. Ooh, that's not it.
Should just be like a little arrow on the start video button down in the bottom left.
Yeah, I see that, and then I see a menu for video settings.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you just go down to profile
I
down
don't
there.
see profile. Maybe I'm not logged in.
Oh, that could be. Maybe you're not logged into like an actual account.
That's probably it. Okay,
That makes
thank
sense.
you for indulging me.
Sure. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's just the QA brain in me is like, why? I
Yeah.
must know why this is and how to fix it.
Why you're so small?
File a ticket.
Stupid small profile picture.
Oh, here we go. Sign in. I have no idea.
There he goes.
No. Yeah, I guess signing into his account. Well, that's the end of Peter.
Tried to give the raccoon cookies by leaving them outside so we could go back to the game, and he snuck by me and came inside.
Sorry about
We had
that.
we had to negotiate going back outdoors.
Okay.
Jorvin.
There we are. So it's wear and tear, I guess.
With the wear and the tear and all that.
So we can bring cuisine up to 4, atmosphere up to 4, or service up to 2.
Let's see. What page is that again? Page 30.
I know I'm a broken record. Come on, we just made a new drink for Gru. I think that upped the cuisine.
That's true.
Yeah, that seemed to be where we are focusing our attention.
The only place you can get the Gru is at the last.
That's true.
breath.
I'm for that. Everyone else for it?
We are going to need
Yep.
it to, as a tavern, order a whole box of recorders now,
Oh yeah.
or
Yeah.
have some like custom straws made of wood or something. But we need.
It's our like version of that fishbowl drink.
Oh god.
Oh no, another order of the Gru, another bachelorette party's in town.
Woo!
They get to keep the straw as a keepsake.
Let's see. Take turns describing what work you're doing on the tavern.
There's where tears 30.
Well, we're doing cuisine. Then let's see.
I think because Jorn doesn't want to have to rely on anybody else, that he is
Oh.
now in his free time. I mean, not mean y'all. I mean outside the tavern. His free time, he has now taken up like whittling and minor woodworking, so he can make our own straws for the tavern.
Nice.
So we don't have to like employ, outsource to an artisan or order him, whatever it is. Like he's just gonna start learning how to hollow out make smooth, hollow wooden straws. So that's what he's doing, spending his time on.
And I know this upgrading our kitchen will also, I'm thinking about like maybe previously Scarlett has just been cooking with her own fireballs. And so maybe we actually get some equipment and actually get some staff to help her.
Yeah.
And I think that I am working with some of the ants in town, that some of the termites and ants, and we're trying to build some equipment for you right now.
I think Jorvin, I will be using the town experience patron thing, where the folks who run the sauna have decided Jorvin is their friend, and while Jorvin is thinking he's still like extracting information from them, and okay, it's going weird, but this is what he's doing, and they're introducing him to their suppliers.
Nice.
Like, oh no, this is where you get the good fish.
I think as we're working, I think I'm observing Jorvin doing that, and realizing that Scarlett like stays, aside from the occasional Monster Ball game with the local kids, usually stays in the tavern working there, and I think she decides that she needs to go visit more folks in town, both to like learn more stuff to make the kitchen better, but also just to like have friends outside the tavern besides the kids, which is a little bit weird sometimes. I think that's everyone. So we are maxed out on cuisine.
Yeah.
Full kitchen staff.
They have tiny ants to help bring food over to the pot.
Yeah.
I kind of love that this becomes this like legendary, hard to reach place.
Yeah. Now we have exotic liquors, fresh deliveries from all over, and a full kitchen staff.
Shit
Nice.
service, but really good food.
But it's
You can
worth
afford
it.
to have shit service when your food is so good. It's like the soup Nazi guy. No soup for you.
Every customer is like, this injured local guard is being a dick to me. Why am I eating here? Oh my god, the food is amazing.
Have you tried the Gru?
I think related to the my action there, I think for the next game I'm going to pick the NPC side quest.
Nice.
NPC side quest.
Yes.
My adventuring days may be over, but there are plenty of people in town that could use my help.
Oh,
Set
you
up.
turned into an NPC.
I know. One person plays, decide. I think I'll play there. Decide who I am when I encounter the side quest. I am in the tavern, walking around town, on the road leading in. And then we get a quest in the game. Deck of playing cards. Okay, let's get to those cards. Actually, I have a deck of cards right here.
Oh my
Card.
gosh, this is like the recipe.
I know. I'm probably out wandering around, walking around town, like trying to see what making friends looks like.
The real quest is friendship.
It is. So let's see. Picking a card. Any card. Six of clubs.
Okay.
Oh, it's a gathering quest.
A gathering quest.
And it is from a precocious child. Of course it is.
Precocious child.
Monster Ball.
Of course it is. Yeah, so I imagine it's one of my Monster Ball crew. What do they, and I need to roll for
duration.
6 here. Roll for duration. Do I have my dice right? These are real dice. That's a 2. This is gonna take a while. I'll need someone to cover my shift at the tavern. I I make friends with a little salamander, maybe, and ask them to cover for me, since clearly my fireman skills are not
What's
necessarily
Rockford
needed.
listen to you?
Yeah,
Oh,
Rockford
God.
never listens.
The whole fireball thing is kind of impressed by me.
You do have
Like-
mutual respect.
Might have a little crush on me. Who knows?
Hmm.
So yeah, Rothro will cover for me.
Rockford.
What is the quest? What does the kid want me to get?
What is your
What do they
quest?
ask me to get?
Gotta gather. They need a crowd for the annual
Need a
Monster Ball
crowd.
tournament.
Oh my God! Yeah,
Crowd of people, so you got to make friends. And you got to convince people to come to the game.
They formed an official Monster Ball league, and they need a crowd for their big first opening final match or whatever it is. Oh God! And
Gather the people.
yeah, I think they've been like practicing in the street, and like maybe some people watch them, and maybe some people think they're a nuisance. So there's
No.
Most people in the town do, so you may have to go towns over.
yeah. Oh, that's why it's going to take a while.
I don't think anyone in the town is going to come to this game.
Describe how I accomplish what they ask using one of my experiences. How can I work my magic missiles into that?
Oh, okay.
I think maybe maybe my the magic missiles that I have there for my experiences, they're also kind of fire based, and I can shoot them into the sky like fireworks.
Fire missiles.
So as I like am traveling from town to town, I sort of like go in. I have posters and signs and whatnot, but I kind of like post myself in the square and like shoot up those magic missiles as like a little firework display and attract attention, and then sort of like give a like a big old Mean Gene Okerlund spiel for like how amazing Monster Ball is. You've never seen anything like it. It's a brand new sport that's sweeping the mountainside. You've got to come down to what's the name of our town? Shortway. You got to come down to Shortway to see the first annual invitational Monster Ball tournament. If you can put together a team for your town by next week, you're more than welcome to join in. Otherwise, it's an exhibition match for the Shortway long shots hometown Monster Ball team. Come one, come all.
I like the idea that maybe Scarlet overpromises something about the event that then the tavern has to help out with.
Yeah, free
Free cruise for everybody. What?
so free muffins for everyone. Yeah, I think I'll have that. Do I come back exhausted? Yes. Triumphant? Yes. Irritated? I don't know. I think I've made like in the probably weeks I've been traveling, probably got to know some of the neighboring towns, getting good with some dwarves, have like a mutual exchange with local taverns saying like, let me crash here tonight and you can totally come and hang out and last breath anytime you're in town. Maybe that's why I overpromised, and like the day of the tournament there's like 20 tavern keepers from other towns coming to look for a room, and I don't know if we can put everyone out, but we'll see what we can do.
We have to give them the same room, but have them come at different times to the room.
Yeah,
Clean out everyone's luggage in between.
And promise they gave to me in exchange for your help. I think they named the Monster Ball trophy the Harvey trophy, the Golden Harvey, and that's what the Monster Ball trophy is from there on out.
Oh.
And yeah, they totally deliver. They have a little Monster Ball tournament. There's actually one other town put together a team, and they just got stomped, leaving the Shortway long shots reigning Monster Ball champion of the mountain range until next year. Yeah, I think
Now we
that's
have
the
2
game.
festivals in our town.
Now we have 2 festivals. It's like the Olympics, only it doesn't suck. Cool. I think that's my side quest, making Monster
Cool.
Ball a thing. So I'm going to use that magic missile experience
Monster Ball.
and take calling the shots, quick thinking, and split-second decision making. And she had to make impromptu speeches in a dozen towns quickly. It's like Toastmaster Plus.
Oh,
Cool. And that's my last adventure experience. And that's the end of the
Okay.
game.
oh,
The end.
oh! The game ends when one character clears everything.
Oh, no, that's the end of this game. Not
Oh,
the end
okay.
of the game.
Oh,
It
yeah,
ends
yeah.
when we
The challenge.
when we all get our
Yeah.
turns
Okay. I
together.
was thinking that.
Yeah. Cool. And unless someone wants to take another break, it's over to Jurgen.
Oh, cool.
Jorvin.
It's not wear and tear in this one, is it?
It can be if you want, but it's not due until after 3 games.
Oh, after 3 games. Okay. Cool.
After Terloch, we will wear and tear again.
Let's see. Am I doing again?
Rating.
I kind of would like to see this. Yeah, I'd like to dive into how we handle the Monster Ball tournament after that through Festival Day.
Sure, yeah. Up for that.
So that's on page 52. Everyone can play. Everyone. I think I'd enjoy diving into more details about the Monster Ball tournament.
Cool.
So it is a Monster Ball tournament happening today. One decoration or one. Everyone describes one decoration or feature of the festival. I'll say that all of the kids are presenting like this is a very established game with hallowed traditions and clear logical rules that everyone agrees on. They're really leaning on, yes, this is official. This is the proper tournament, the only sanctioned tournament by the World Monster Ball Association.
It's like how Quidditch is
Oh yeah,
played on
yeah.
universities.
Yeah, these are real rules of this real game.
Literally made up.
Yeah, I think maybe one of the traditions which outsiders may find problematic at some point is that both players and fans do makeup and costume as their favorite monster. So there's a bunch of goblins and dragons and trolls and rock monsters and
very nervous adventurers.
Yeah, giant sharks. Yeah, so I think everyone's who wants to is dressed up as a monster.
I think the entrance to the area that has now been designated as, they hadn't built, an arena or anything. If they have a closed off area, to enter it, you have to walk into like a giant monster mouth. So it's like, the roar, and you walk into the monster's mouth, and that's the entrance to get into the Monster Ball.
Nice.
And I think due to the nature of how the rules have kind of started to come together, there happen to be long periods of downtime because there's like a lot of math involved and like trying to tally scores and stuff. And sometimes the ball becomes living. Sometimes it gets very lost. So it ends up being very much like a baseball game where you're like, nobody's doing anything right now. So we're just here. There's long periods of time in which other drama can happen, like fights and romance and things like that. So there's long periods of downtime.
I imagine we're selling muffins like in the stands.
Oh yeah.
We made the same
Muffins.
Halstead muffins, but instead of the split down of now they just have like a little
A little ball.
monster ball. Yeah.
A little ball of sugar.
It's like a little like a little topper ball with like a different monster faces on them that
Yeah.
like you would decorate with icing or something.
These are cupcakes. We have
Yep,
invented
we have
cupcakes.
invented cupcakes.
Oh, and to encourage sales though, we have 10 different little monster toppers. So of course
You have to
want to collect
collect.
them all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you have to collect them.
You're like, oh man, do you have the wingbat muffin?
And
People
of
don't
course,
usually eat them.
Scarlett loves festival.
Oh. Yeah, I think Jorvin is ambivalent and confused. Like, monster, what? What? Who?
Tyrlock gets very anxious, but also is very curious.
I think Jorn's come around a bit. He used to hate Festival Day because they had to work the hardest. But now he's kind of like digging tavern life, you know. We're known for our cuisine. We kind of got rolling, and Tyrlock has taught him how to be a more, accommodating, and he's a softer, more. He's mellowed a little bit in the last year Jorn had.
Nice.
Poetry's gotten better too.
Okay. Anyone can play both characters. Describe what kind of. Okay, we did that. Take turns choosing challenges to attempt from the list. On heads, you succeed and can try another challenge when your turn comes around again. On tails, your character is knocked out. Okay. Let's see here. I know last time I did the regulars egging me on to do something. Rough storm. Sorry, I'm just looking through the.
Oh yeah, this is how we got the bug muffins.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I like the equipment you're using for the little stand you've set up in the town square isn't exactly new, but it's giving you more trouble than usual today. I'll say that there is a referee's podium set up for Monster Ball, and we found a little stand that we could use for that, and it's kind of falling apart, and so. Now that he has a artisan skill, Jorvin has volunteered to go down and get it sorted out. So he is going to try and tie it together in a way that looks artful. And I guess I flip a coin for that.
Flip it.
Yeah. Slap it. Rub it down.
Flip that coin. Flip it.
Oh, but I'm going to say I'm using Artisan to automatically succeed and gain a point. I guess, yeah. So, yeah, he the new skills that he's been picking up makes this kind of natural for him. He sort of goes into a flow state and ends up with something that looks like the ropes were always supposed to be tied around the podium in just that way. And I think that is my turn.
Right.
I think a giant storm is coming through. Are we going in a specific order?
I think, yeah,
so-
same order. I
for
figured
it.
we were going in the same order.
Okay. Oh, it is my turn. Yeah, there's a big, so Monster Ball is entirely outdoors and there's a rough storm on its way. And we are trying to build as many like quick shelters as possible.
Storms always come through on Festival Day.
Always on festival day.
Weird.
There's like
And-
a saying about that, probably.
Festivals are
And we're up
unhealthy.
in the mountains because it's probably like a blizzard. So
Yeah.
I wonder if Tyrlock is maybe invoking some nature, force of nature again. and building little small igloos or like little small dome houses that can serve as shelters as we wait out that part of the storm. And that's what I'm going to attempt to do. Let's see if I. Oh wait, I'm using Force of Nature, so does that make me automatically succeed?
Yep.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So we've my preparations hold. Festival goers get little. We've got different little tents set up made of ice, and it's over within a half hour. But by then, this is maybe because this is the first official Monster Ball. This is now kind of getting written to the lore that we must hide during halftime.
Love it.
I think that some of the regulars are rooting for the local team, who unfortunately not doing well because the other team, like, they just have this monster goalie. Who's just like just a wall. They call him the Wall. And so, like, the regulars are kind of like, Jorn, why aren't you playing for a local team? You're local. You you could move the Wall. Come on, Jorn. This is the first. The first Monster Ball tournament ever. We can't lose. That would be disgraceful if the Shortway lost our own first Monster Ball tournament to the challengers. So Jorn, he definitely that would be disgraceful and might be bad for our business as well. So he's going to use that adventure experience of brute strength, move the unmovable.
Ooh, yeah.
To take care of the Wall. He's going to shoulder right through the Wall. Again and again. Scoring Monster Ball after Monster Ball. To eventual victory, but no, I don't want to spoil it.
I imagine the outside, the away team has just got these huge monstrous people, and it's just the local kids playing for our team.
And now the local kids in Jorn.
So yeah, you are the Bill Murray in this particular Space Jam.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got to flip, I guess, actually. No, because I used an experience.
You use your thing.
Yeah.
So is that our third one?
That's three. Yeah.
Is the third.
That's three successes.
That is 3 successes.
All right. Let's see. I'm going to take an upset guest causing a commotion. I have gotten the short straw this time.
Oh no.
And yeah, maybe this
busy
is
on the field.
After the game when the opposing team has lost the first round. Some of the giant rock dwarves from Stonehome come down here and they're complaining that we cheated, we brought in a ringer and all that stuff, and probably started some sort of commotion in their tavern. So let me flip a coin. Let's see. Coin. There we go. Preparing to flip. Oh, it's a tails.
No.
Yeah, so I think, like, although they're physical, I'm a feisty little firecracker, just sort of like talking back to them. Giant, they're like giant dwarves, so they're just regular size, I guess. And yeah, I think they talk your ear off and you barely need to excuse yourself is like we're arguing the finer points of the Monster Ball rules, since I am intimately familiar with all of the details, all of the sub processes and whatnot. We just get into a huge argument about the finer points of refereeing Monster Ball, which takes me out of the action entirely for forever.
Okay. I kind of is it my turn?
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like Yeah, this is a reach, but I'm intrigued by it. I still have my adventure skill of the magical sword, I think.
Mm,
Yes.
Like
Cursed.
the Elric style Thirst for Blood sword.
yeah.
And yeah, I like the notion of somewhere in all of this planning, Hjorvin left the sword somewhere, and now there is a visiting adventurer from the next town over that is like waving it around and has a familiar to Hjorvin glow about him. And
Mm.
he's just like gone wild-eyed and said, "The blade thirsts for blood. The blade thirsts for blood."
Love it.
It's like, and so I don't know if I'm using my skill in this, but Hjorvin is like, okay, Deathbringer, let's talk. And it's clear that the adventurer is like possessed at this point. It's like, and I think he ends up having a conversation with the sword via the random adventurer as sort of medium, and it becomes very clear that the sword is bored and doesn't like their new life here.
Board sword.
Yeah.
You never take me out anymore. Our spark is gone.
And yeah, and there is some deal with the magic where Hjorvin can break the bond,
Mm-hmm.
or that both of them can break the bond, but they both have to agree to it.
Oh no.
Yeah.
A breakup.
Is the sword going off with the new adventurer?
I think that's how it ends. Yeah.
Nice.
Like they have a conversation, and it's like, okay, well, this guy, I know he's crazy. He'll go on a lot of fun adventures, and that seems to be what you need right now. I've got a new life here. I just managed the tavern. It's great.
Nice.
And yeah, I think he just evenly says, "I'm happy for you," and walks off into the sunset.
That's great.
By the
Sounds
way,
like
I
you're
noticed that
definitely using that experience.
I noticed Terlock has checked off all of their adventure experiences, but only has 3 town experiences.
Oh yeah, I just used Force of Nature. I should use a new town experience. Let's see.
Yeah.
How do you? Oh, I made little domes. So now I can bandage wounds and treat
Ooh.
injuries.
Nice.
Fancy.
So the skill I picked up on that last one, it has to be either finesse or masonry.
Ooh.
Building strong structures or acute manual dexterity. I think masonry feels right for this because he's like building his new place here.
Nice.
Yeah, I also just chose mine because the other one was Warm Presence, and I don't think Tearlock ever really gains charisma.
Oh no.
I can bandage your wounds though. Just you feel really uneasy around me all the time.
Wow. Was
What
that
the
the last
awkwardness?
adventure experience?
Oh
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
We have one more point to get to finish this game successfully. If we want to get that extra tavern point.
Point.
I think it's to Turlac.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yes. We haven't done the romancing a stranger yet.
Oh no.
Oh, we need to finish up the festival game.
Oh, finish up the festival.
first.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. I was just so sad from our heartbreak story. Our festival day. Let's get our point.
Get that point.
Raise cuisine to an impossible 5.
Yes. Let's see what I'm gonna do. Storm. Let's say that the because the cupcakes became a collector's item, we ran out of the special sugar we were using. It was like
the toppers.
yeah. And so we need to figure out ways to prep sugar. So we have a bunch of cane by the lake, but Tierlock was trying to figure out a way to quickly make sugar. So I'm going to try to use some of my nature, just like general nature things to do my version of chopping things quickly. Just processing the cane. And I will flip a coin, see if that works. And it is heads.
Yeah!
Yay!
Sugar
So
win.
I was able to, by sucking out the sugar, spitting it back out into a bucket. And so I just come in back with a bucket of sugar and hope no one asks questions.
don't ask where this came from.
Like someone begins to question, I'm like,
awesome. That's our fifth coin, so that's our win for that one. Do we want a 4 for atmosphere, or do we want to bring up service to 2?
We want to bring up our execrable service.
I don't know that we've earned it.
I can't do anything with cuisine. Yorn is doesn't matter.
We have reached the
Whatever
top of the
you
mountain. I don't know. That felt like more. Well, I don't know. That's a good question. I think like it felt like a service sort of thing that we were doing, but you could argue atmosphere as
I
well.
can see that.
Yeah.
Also, since Yorn has mellowed and taken lessons from Tierlock, I feel like that overall probably increased our service.
Oh yes, the empathy lessons.
And we probably have an agreement to keep the atmosphere a few notches down, just to keep the sauna having its own competitive advantage.
Yeah, we actually don't do well with success. We've matured since we last felt competitive with
Well,
it.
like we're developing our own niches in the economy here.
Yeah.
We can't handle that volume.
Awesome. Then that looks like we are going into the final game.
We have an experienced line cook and a good waitstaff now.
Time passes, rough edges are sanded down. Before you know it, life in town has become like breathing. You gather in your favorite part of the tavern and wonder where the time has gone. This is the last game. Everyone plays. Everyone describe a habit that your character has picked up from living in this town to start, then proceed to the ending questions.
Oh, wow.
Habit.
Okay, let me think.
Well, I think my habit is definitely I've taken to going out and hanging out with kids and just like playing with them and those being I think probably because of her magical training, she never got to really be a kid herself, and so this is kind of her opportunity to get out and play instead of like being an uptight book wizard.
Tierlock's is similar in that Tierlock never quite gains any like social skills, but now that Tierlock knows that they've developed this love language of being of service to people, so I do go visit the sauna and help them out with any nature problems they have, or when kids get bumps and bruises and scrapes and monster ball, I bandage them up. So Tierlock still doesn't quite know how to hold an entire conversation, but does speak with action, so has started to become more of a fixture in the town, despite not really being able to talk to people, but now through service.
Like Yorn now, like just looking at my actual character sheet and what I've taken, now I say the right thing, chronicler, make sure people remember, parable, lesson for every situation, spin straw into gold, tell enchanting stories. Sounds like he's mellowed and basically become the local bard.
Yeah.
It's hard for some people, to believe the tales of how he used to just be this gruff, mean meathead, and they're like, really, like philosopher
You're the bard.
like, used to just be like a big, gruff, mean meathead. I don't see it. You guys are crazy.
A different Yorn, I'm sure. It's got to be.
Um, yeah, I'll say that that Hjorvin has a side gig just kind of fixing things up around the town. Um, like it started with helping out the sauna with a few problems with their piping and stuff like that, and then it just sort of snowballed from there. And now every day off he has from the tavern, he's off fixing something for somebody, and they're promising to help the tavern out in some way. And then after a while, whenever Gru comes through town, Gru is kind of his assistant, and he asks how the adventurers went, and they never go that well for Gru, but he like offers a bit of advice and then goes back to peacefully whittling down some piece of wood or hammering in some nails. And
Nice.
the time passes quietly and peacefully.
Awesome. So there's some final questions. Take turns asking each other questions. The person to ask is the next person to ask someone. Come up with your own or use the questions below, and the game is over when everyone has been asked something twice. I think I'll start off if that's okay. I'm going to ask Hjorvin,
Oh no.
what do you miss about adventuring?
Oh, that's a good question. Probably the feeling that it's just a small group of people against the world. Like, I think he sees the value of being in the community, but he also understands the thrill of like, there are three of us with swords here, and the whole world is against us, and by God, we will fight through it.
Mm.
And I think that feeling, he's sort of wistful about it sometimes, in spite of everything else that went with it. And I think he's in touch with that mostly when he sees kids playing at being adventurers.
Mm.
Like he gets that's the part of it that they're connecting to, and he just wants them to enjoy that and not tell them any hard truths about what it's really like out there. Yeah. Let's see. I will pass on a question to Yorn, kind of an obvious one. What was the best dish you remember eating that one of you made?
I think actually that it was the dish we made for the dragon was so popular with him, that is, that
Yeah.
the dragon did come back again, started making it a kind of regular, at least annual trips to the tavern. And a chef has to sample their own stuff, so Jorn had to actually go on a little like regimen to build up his jaw muscles
Oh God.
to be able to eat the dragon dish. But then once he's like, wow, this is actually amazing.
Sharp teeth.
Yeah. I mean, you got to put some work in to be able to eat it, because you got to prepare and make sure you're not going to break teeth and jaws and bones and things. But man, if you put forth the effort, you will reap the rewards. I will ask Terlach, what have you added to make the place you live feel like home?
Oh, there are more questions on the next page.
Yes, I think I had trouble for a while living in a place with floors. So I've started. I've torn off the floorboards little by little and added a carpet of grass instead. And so now we have like all sorts of cute things growing out of the ground, and was hoping no one would notice, but everyone's just kind of humoring me. They're like, oh, okay. It's more difficult to clean. Got it.
Oh.
And I have a question for Scarlett. What was the hardest part of fitting into town?
I think that when she was adventuring, she was not the only like magic user in the parties. There's always some other wizard or sorcerer or warlock or whatever, and so I think moving to town, she had a hard time adjusting to be like the smartest person there, aside from her wizard person, her what's his name,
Magnus.
Magnus, like oh, like, and trying to like balance like still being herself without like talking down to people or being condescending. Just like, okay, not everyone's as smart as you are, but they're still good people. So don't be a dick. Don't be a dick. Don't be a dick. Don't be a dick. It probably took some
I was
doing.
asking Scarlett, not Mark.
Oh no.
The mask has come off.
No.
Hey, Mary Sue.
Oh no.
Oh, so relatable.
Yeah, that's probably it. Let's see. I know the answer to that one. Yorn, what is your favorite place in town?
There's a little grove that's like on it's like we're behind you. It's like a kind of where the cliffs, the mountains are all behind you. There's a very narrow pass to get to this little grove. It's so it's kind of, it's not secret, but you got to know it's there. And you got to kind of squeeze through this little crack in the mountains. Once you get there, there's a single tree that's probably 200 years old, lush green grass and flowers, steep drop off, but amazing view because you see nothing but like a gorge for miles, and then huge mountains to the left, and then huge mountains behind you, like walls extending up into the clouds farther than you can see. And so yeah, he likes to go there to whittle his straws for the brew and practice his poetry and just meditate. That's like his peaceful Zen area. Let me see. Scarlett, what was the worst dish you remember eating that one of us made?
Ooh, I think secretly it was the bug muffins. I think she was like, I appreciate these are probably they're probably healthier, and I know other people like it, but like
I'm not feeling it.
It did require not knowing what was in it.
Yeah,
So knowing what was in it did ruin it. Yeah. Anyone who didn't know loved it, but then as soon as you know what's in it, it becomes sassy.
Turlac, what do you not miss about adventuring?
Oh, I was just thinking about this one. So Turlac was always kind of a reluctant adventurer, like kind of got swept up into things. Like every team like has folks like Jorvin and Yorn who are just like, yes, let's go on an adventure. Or people who are raised into it like Scarlet. And Turlac was always kind of like the kid that was last picked. Like I would hang out in taverns, realize like thinking that this is what I was supposed to do because I had these nature powers. I was supposed to come help on these things, but as like the medic of an adventure group, it really fucking sucks. Like can't protect yourself, and you're just there to help when people like are at their very worst. And like, so I hated like feeling like I was reluctant, like picked last, and then did not actually like any of the adventuring. but it felt like it was what I needed to do because it was what I was good at. So I don't miss that feeling that like people kind of included me on their team because they feel like they needed a healer. I always kind of felt like the oddball. A question for
Jorvin, the last question.
Speaking
Jorvin
of
with
being
the
picked last.
with
Somebody
the
had to be-
tavern. With the tavern running smoothly, what do you want to spend more time doing for yourself?
Oh, for himself. Yeah, and this doesn't include giving advice to anyone or anything like that.
Good.
I think, yeah, one of the things he has is he's patiently like carving a little stone statue of the tavern, like little scale model of it with, and using little sticks and things for the trees around it as they sit. And eventually, like, this is over years, he's building this thing up like an obsessive model railway kit. And then finally, he has the perfect little picture of it sitting in one of the back rooms of the tavern itself.
The windows are removable.
Just like
And
our tavern.
Yeah.
Inside that tavern, there's another small.
Well, I think the last step is him putting the little version of him in it. It's like,
Nice.
the thing is finished.
And then that is the last scene, and that is Stewpot.
Yeah.
Pew, pew.
Pew, pew, pew.
That was fun. I like that.
That was lovely. Is that how have you played that game before?
Yeah, I played it a couple weeks ago with
Oh.
a random group from the Gauntlet. Yeah, that was pretty sweet then.
Cool.
Different vibe, but yeah, still good.
Yeah. Like I was
Yeah.
wondering what kind of variety of games it produces.
Yeah, they all seem to like it. I think the game does its job, and that they all have the same kind of tone, that kind of like
Yeah.
kind of fun and kind of like cozy and kind of like nostalgic. But like the content and like the characters and everything are always different.
Yeah,
But still,
yeah.
like it does a good job of like generating that feeling, I think. So
Cool.
it's pretty
But
nice.
it does. I think you said last week. Basically, it's like almost like concentrating on the role playing portion of D&D.
Yeah, it's like D&D without all the like numbers.
With there's just like characters and stories.
Yeah. You all meet in a tavern and run it. You're running the tavern. Haha, suckers.
The game never leaves the tavern.
Yep, literally. Yeah. Cool. Well, that is that then.
Oh,
Yeah, that was lovely.
I like that a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, that is definitely based on the same. It's based on the King is Dead thing. So
Yeah.
same
It'll be-
structure, very different game.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what sort of things come out from that engine in the future.
Yeah, I just kickstarted one called Into the Void or Return to the Void or something like that, which is basically like Star Trek, only like the captain did something bad at some point, and now like some big thing has happened where the crew has to get back together and like go on one last mission.
There's a very good Star Trek novel along those lines, actually.
So
I can't remember the title of it. Oh man, it's really good though, because it is literally. I'm sorry, the crew of the Enterprise like slowly uncovering what happened on a mission that went so badly that everyone was kind of fired and dispersed from Starfleet. Oh man, really good.
Once More Into the Void, it's called.
Cool.
It's by Jason Pitter, who's a very good game designer. And the art it's published by him. I think it's written by Jamie. Is that right? Yeah. Anyway, it's a good team. Put it together. It's super good.
I think it's called Prime Directive.
Oh.
Nice.
Could be wrong. Sorry, now I'm just... Yeah. Oh, yeah, by the Stevens as... I don't know why I'm so obsessed on that. Yeah. Yeah, when Captain James T. Kirk destroys a world, and the Enterprise is nearly destroyed, he faces the disgrace and is up to the crew to find out exactly what happened.
Nice.
That's
a
cool.
good setup for a story, in my opinion.
Whew. All right. play next week, I guess.
Just straight up D&D min-max everything.
I mean, if you wanted a sharp tone shift, we could do Morkborg or Trophy Dark or something like that. I just played a great game of Trophy Dark. Jason Cordova ran for us for a couple weeks. Real good. Lots of
cool.
Trophy Dark is basically your doomed adventures going
Oh,
after treasure and you're not coming back from it. We did one that we were going after this like special royal jelly from the mother of millions. This like giant beehive in the middle of this forest. And my ending was getting captured by giant bees, dropped into a big pile of wax in the hive after I'd been sort of like impregnated by some plant thing outside. So I like breathe pollen, and then they feed me royal jelly to keep me alive forever, so they can harvest my pollen as I'm stuck in this. Yeah, so like pretty awful, but really fun.
Like what humans do to animals all the time.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we can't keep them alive forever, but we're not magic bees.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's another great day of saving the bees. Yeah, so I'm up for whatever. Folks have any inclinations for next week?
Further thought.
I had an idea, but I can't remember what it was. I have a possibly terrible idea that might be fun.
I like it already.
Listening.
Let's see. Get it here. This is. So there was a game jam a while back on a game called What's So Cool About Outer Space, which is like this super rules light sci-fi game. And a bunch of people made a bunch of different games off of it. I wrote one called The Empire Never Ended, which is basically What's So Cool About Philip K. Dick. There's a little bit of Trophy Dark in there, in that there's a reality die, and then when things go wrong, it gets ticked down until various things happen. It's never been played, and maybe should never be played, but I'm totally willing to run that if folks are into some weird science fiction next week.
If there's any group that should play a game that should never be played, it's this group.
Boom.
Yeah, I'm
all right.
For that.
Cool. I'll read the rules and see if I can decipher what the author intended.
Was he right?
It
Cool.
sounds almost like a meta game. Like, okay, in this game, you guys play gamers who are playing a game that should never be played, and you might lose some sanity points. But
this is the game die. It represents a die in the game. Cool. Right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's like 10 pages of rules that fit on like a 3x5 card, including the front and back. So it's not a lot to digest.
Oh, good. Yeah.
wicked.
All right.
Cool.
We'll go back to looking around for Canadian French teachers.
Woohoo! Awesome. We'll see you next time then.
See everyone later.
Bye, everybody on the internet.